Amazing.
Hello,
Well, hello, everybody.
Are we here?
We're here.
Howdy.
There we
We
go.
are here.
Ah, yay!
I think.
We're all here. Mhm.
Amazing. Woo.
Okay.
My heart is sad.
Welcome everybody.
Cutie.
Back to Diced Thespians, our dark light campaign. I'm gonna give a little overview of where we finished last week. You guys had just finished fighting a large stone golem statue shaped like what sounded like was probably the old headmaster of this school before it fell. It was kind of a tough fight for most people, but not you guys. You killed it pretty handily. And from two opposite sides of the room. And now you've searched the room. You found several items of interest that had not been destroyed over time. And you're all standing there in the headmaster's disheveled, ancient, decrepit room together. And you've apportioned out who's holding which magical item. You determined that the tiara that you found, the beautiful tiara, actually made you grow gills and be able to breathe water but not air. Orkilia was very upset about that. So Darkness like, I could think of use for that. Yoink. So Aramiel got to use his new sword for the first time.
Whoop whoop.
Yep, did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, it's a good
Penny
time.
no longer looks like a bear.
Yeah.
She hasn't for 2 episodes, but she does look more beat up than normal because she got her ass kicked.
Yeah. So, and
Oh.
everybody is fairly damaged because you guys have been traveling through a lot of beasts, a lot of traps, a lot of different things. And that's where we begin today.
I feel like I'm the only one who's relatively healthy.
Yep.
I think you and Darkness maybe.
Yeah, Darkness I don't think has.
I'm healthy. I'm just out of spells. Well,
Yeah.
almost out of spells.
I think
Yeah.
that's probably the case for all of
A
you.
lot of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to dive in and we're going to say, what do you do?
In Aramiel don't need spells. We shooty, stabby things. We're
all slashy stabby.
Slashy stabby, huh?
Yeah.
Well. Wait.
Where are we?
Is that your
currently?
hit points that just came up on the side there of the
Mine?
Twitch stream? Oh, from D&D Beyond. Oh,
On the Twitch stream?
Yeah,
you can
that's
see it.
cool.
I have never seen that happen before. That is really cool. It's an overlay. I hope it's on the recording. I guess we'll find out. Or maybe it's just showing me that that's an overlay I need to go to. I don't know. Anyway, so we are back in the room and everybody is looking a little beat up, a little exhausted. The beautifully carved massive statue of this ancient headmaster is in crumbles. It's rubble on the ground right in front of one of the doorways. There are 3 doorways into this tiny little room. There's the doorway to the south where Darkness came through, and her and Cross are there currently. Then there is the doorway to the north, which is where Penny and Eyes and Orkilia and Aramiel came through. And that's close to where they are. And then there's a door, a little kind of very simple door, or what would have been a door. It's rotted away. It was clearly wood at one point. So there's just like little hanging, metal ribs from where it had been a door on the east wall. And the place where you came down the staircase is right outside this room and around the corner. At the bottom of the staircase and coming all the way down the staircase, a whole lot of mirrors, both broken and unbroken, piled everywhere as if to make whatever might want to come up the stairs have to look in a mirror. So What do you
I
guys?
came in from the other way. So
Right.
I don't know about those mirrors.
You do not know about those mirrors. However, you did see reflections down one of the hallways that you looked at. You didn't go down that hallway, but you did see
Mhm.
it.
Okay.
Like there might be some more down there, but you never really saw anything. In fact, you didn't really see anything except for, dust and rubble as you were going through there. It was very quiet, except for that one bucket in the room that you were going to go into to look for them. All right, so now you're all sitting in this very little room. What would you like to do?
Well, so we just ran back into darkness. We should probably get a debriefing from her. Does she kind of like tell us where she's been, like, or Cross is like, so what happened to you? How did you get here? What's going on?
So I went through the water and came out. There was magic bridge that I was able to somehow get to the end of, and then came through a doorway that brought me into these chambers. But clearly there's traps down here. I've already encountered, don't go in that room. I think I've closed something in there. What happened to you guys?
We fought a bunch of bad guys.
We got attacked by a rock thing. Penny decided that it was our friend, and we had to set it free, of which we did. And then we found some stuff. And
Cross is kind of focused. We found some stuff.
we found some
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, not too much.
So we're pretty sure we're close to the library, right?
Sign did say the library was down here, so we
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eyes, this still feels worth it. What we need in the library is still worth this.
Oh yes. We've already gotten a few books that were like so important. It's just kind of crazy how much information. And this is just in a side room in the headmaster's office. We already found 3 books. The other books, man, I don't know what we can find, but one of them is part of the key. We just need the other part of the key, and we've got it. It was about how to protect yourself from alchemagic. And if I can find the other one that I've heard of that takes it a little bit further, we can maybe learn how to stop alchemagic from working. And then we found a book of hymns to Fellowin. And I mean, we're looking for information on Fellowin because I mean, those people out there, they're following her, but we don't know anything. Not enough to know if we should be following her. And we found some, but it's only her hymns. It doesn't really say much about her and her worship. So we still need to find all of that. And then we found some magical items. I'm pretty sure when we get out of here, it'll be really nice to try and figure out what those are. It's been worth it. It's been so worth it. But I'm also out of spells. Is there a place here where we might be able to rest?
Where's
I know
Orquídea?
She's right here.
Ooh, where?
Where's Orquídea?
You guys all look around. And Orquídea was standing right next to Penny. But while Penny was watching this conversation,
Wasn't she outside the door?
Yeah, she was right outside the door. And Penny had come in the door so she could attack the monster. And now she's not there.
Dun, dun, dun.
George was sort of in the doorway, right? Or just
Mhm.
outside of it?
He was outside of it. He was right across from her, but he was watching what was happening inside and going looking at the books. And so he didn't notice. I didn't notice that she's walked away. Orquídea? Bard lady?
Mm.
Ilya?
And he starts to like hyperventilate, panic a little, like
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah, there is. Does anybody come outside and look to where she was?
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, she's not there.
Dang.
Well, now what do we do?
And
You guys moved on quite happily when I was gone.
Mm-mm.
Do we keep going?
And happily isn't exactly the phrase I would use. You know. You know, you were missed. We were planning a whole morning service. And But, you know.
okay.
Well, if I think anyone in this group can find their way back to us, it's Orkelia.
Can we see the map?
Yes, absolutely. Give me 1 second.
Mhm.
That's not what you want to see. This is what you want to see. Okay. This is where she had been standing. This is where Eyes had been standing. Penny had gone in to fight the thing. The rest of you had come through and done your search and kind of congregated in those places. But now she is not there.
Can you scooch over to the right a second? Oh, I can't see it all. I'm trying to see if the room 105 has a door. So I was going to suggest if we go in there.
Yeah, the door to
Look.
105 comes
I
from the
can't-
headmaster's office where Orkelia was not. She would have had to go past you to get in there.
Okay, so there is a door on the other side of that too.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find a room that only had like one entrance or something. So if we needed to, we could take a rest because some people need it.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is what you've been in here. This is where the statue was. This is the staircase right here. Come around the corner. Along here, there was signs that said that the library was back. There was like a little arrow that would curve like that.
Mhm.
Headmaster's office, little arrow that went like that. Commissary went like that. So, but the darkness came in over here. This is where your
Yep.
bridge was. And you came down. This is where you went in and was like, oh, wait, there's a trap.
Yeah.
And closed that door, came around here, closed this door,
Close that door.
came here, looked down this hallway and saw the glint of light, but didn't go down there because what you heard were voices from down here. So you went down here and into this door,
Mhm.
which is
And
where
found
the
them.
fight began. Yeah.
Right.
So you've seen these hallways.
Yeah. Didn't I close that third door too? Just because I saw it? I thought I did.
I think you did. I think you
Yeah.
went this far up. So which
Yeah.
case when you would have seen that up here,
Mhm.
facing up north towards the top are more mirrors facing this way
Mhm.
and a few mirrors facing this way.
Where are the stairs they came down? I mean, maybe I
Over
don't know
here,
that.
you haven't seen them yet,
Okay.
but
okay.
they're right there.
All right.
Can I take a peek inside the 105 room?
Absolutely.
Since you said the door was like rotted away or something.
Yeah, it's a small doorway, like it was like a private entrance from the headmaster to the commissary or whatever that sign said. The doors rot away, so there's just like metal bands kind of hanging there in a little pile. So yeah, you go over there and take a look. When you peek into the room, what you see is this room looks to be a bit more intact than the last rooms that you've seen. It has what looks like were stone and metal shelving along one wall like a pantry. It had what was the remnants of on this wall of a great big oven, you know, with a stone chimney and different things coming up like that. along this back wall, there's a sink and counter space, and surprisingly, a whole bunch of people doing dishes and running around and doing their cooking. You can tell from their translucence that they're like the ones that you saw upstairs that are a little bit, that are like memories. They're running around and they're doing stuff. However, some of the stuff that they're interacting with, like the shelving and the stove and the sink, all looks to be still actually physically intact. And you need to make me a wisdom saving throw.
If I fail it, I suddenly become hungry. All the chefs.
So hungry. What's going on?
Alright, wisdom. +4. That is a 14.
You failed. The DC is 15.
Oh shit.
And you just, dirty dishes bother you. You need to go wash those dishes.
Okay, I guess I go wash the dishes.
Yep. Yes, you do.
As he starts moving, where is he moving towards from our perspective?
Okay, hang on. I'm going to share this again so you can see it. As I move him,
Mhm.
the sink with the
Man, I
dishes is
really
right
need to
along this
clean.
back wall. There's shelving all along here, like a pantry. There's a big stove right over here. And there's another door leading out that is also rotted away on this other side. All right, so now you've crossed over, clear through the room, and you start doing the dishes. And it's actually quite emotionally satisfying to get those dishes very clean.
They the spell to make people do dishes.
I need that.
Yeah.
I think we all need that at different times. All right, so
'Cause I hate doing dishes.
So
yeah,
I follow him to the door and see where he went.
okay.
And then can I see that that's what he's doing? Is he's doing dishes?
Yes, you can. And now you need to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, the dishes. That'd be so funny if the dishes won and they got us all. Full party
13.
dishes.
A what?
13.
13. You fail. And oh my God, those dishes. They gotta get
Oh,
done.
no.
They really gotta get done. So you move over there with them and you start
This is the best trap ever.
doing dishes.
This is
All right, so
The rest
I
of
guess I'm
you,
gonna-
Cross
yeah, I'm gonna
and
go check
Darkness,
out,
have
yeah.
now passed out of your sight, and you don't hear screams, you don't hear shouting like there's anybody in distress. You do hear a little bit of a clink of like pottery, which is just kind of strange, and glassware.
there's no pottery here.
But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
other than that, everything's seems.
Yeah, I'm
pretty
gonna
calm.
follow. I'm gonna follow behind. I don't hear any like,
Everybody.
drama. you know?
Okay,
We
you
all
come,
get
you come
under
to the
this spell.
door.
That would be
And-
funny if it's like full party kill. We're like, well, we gotta wait. We can't do any more episodes until Orchelia's back because she's got to save us all.
Orchelia has to come back and save us.
All right. Okay, so
The
Aramiel, as
never-ending
you look in the
dishes
room, you see what I described earlier to Cross and Darkness. You see Cross and Darkness standing at the sink doing dishes and kind of chatting happily, but really focused. We got to do these dishes. They're very, they
Got a
seem.
system going, like I'm washing, she's drying. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's
Yeah,
good.
it's going pretty good. And you need to make me a wisdom save.
I just rolled a 14 plus 6.
All right, you actually make the save. You're not sure why they're doing dishes and
It's
also
amazing.
why all of this stuff hasn't rotted away like everything else in the dungeon. So
So I'm
So
gonna.
just to stare in disbelief.
Aramiel's standing in the doorway like, what?
But
Um,
I'm gonna walk into, I guess, because nobody's screaming. Nothing seems weird. There's no way I'd know.
Yep.
uh-huh. Okay, so you're headed over there too?
Yep.
Okay, so Penny, you get in the doorway. You see the same thing. Do you go in or do you stand in the doorway for a moment?
I'm gonna stand in the doorway for a moment.
All right, make me a DC 15
Wisdom.
wisdom
Yeah.
save. Mhm.
I wouldn't be very helpful doing the dishes with one hand, so.
But it might
Which would
feel
make
really
it-
good.
You can
It
turn
would
the
also
faucet
make it
on and
like
off.
it would also be real hilarious.
Oh, Remy, it's all up to you. I rolled a natural one.
Oh, Penny, Penny joins you guys to work on the dishes. And it's so satisfying. They look like they had old food on them, and as you wipe it clean and they're just glinting, you can see that the dishes seem to be made from like a beautifully cut stone, like marble or something. They're just
Mhm.
really pretty when they're clean, and they're getting stacked nicely. They're going, yeah, that's so
We're
clean.
all having a great time.
You're having a
we're
really good
bonding.
time. Yep, you're
Yes,
enjoying this quite a lot.
Yes.
Eyes is like, guys, I still haven't found or killed you. What are you doing over here? And he also comes over here and has to make.
Please have him feel like Rami will be the only
Please,
one
come
that
on.
was just like, what is going on?
I know, especially since it was a wisdom's.
Please, what'd you
Okay.
roll? What'd you roll? A 1?
That would
You
be a
rolled a one?
1.
You
Yep.
rolled one too? We're nat one buddies here.
Natural 1 buddies. Yep. And
Thank
so
God.
indeed, Eyes Bidoof.
Thank God I rolled a 14.
What do you guys do? Oh, that looks like so much fun.
Yeah, Eyes comes over and is like, and he starts chattering happily about how, I always used to love the dishes when I was a kid. My mom would make us do them 3 times a day because she just didn't like dirty dishes at all and stuff. And he just starts chattering along, and you guys are all having a great time. And Ramil, you're standing in the doorway
I
going,
keep dropping every dish that they hand me because
"What?"
Like,
and then they break, and magically there's another one there. You're not running out of dishes.
Never-ending dishes, death of doom.
they break?
Shauna's worst
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you do, Rami?
Actually, I take that back. When you break them, Shauna, there aren't more, but they do break. But it's so sad because it was beautiful. It was a beautiful white marble with the striations and what looked like little symbols of, things around the edges. Oh, they're really pretty. They're really pretty dishes.
I feel like I have sinned.
Yes, you have.
Dish.
Broke dishes. Don't do that. And you find yourself being much, much more careful now because you got to wash the dishes.
With
So basically you've grabbed like a little drying cloth and you're drying with your one hand while Darkness and Cross are washing and rinsing, and Eyes is stacking, and it just seems so happy. Aramiel, what do you do?
So I'm gonna walk over to this scene.
Okay.
It's going on.
True.
I'll like kind of try to get in front of them as much as I can and try to get their attention. Can I get their attention?
You can't get in front of them, no, because they're right up against the counter with the sinks and the dishes, the stacks of dishes. You can try and get their attention.
All right, like guys, everybody okay? Guys, what is happening? What is going on? What is everybody up to?
You guys can respond to him, but you cannot stop cleaning the dishes.
Are we like
Gleeful about it?
are we in our like right state of mind, or are we just like
You're perfectly in your right state of mind, but you are compelled to clean these dishes. They need cleaning. You got to do it. Yeah.
Important. Very.
Okay. Can I look over?
Ramiel, just go grab a rag, like you just help dry or something. Like we gotta get this done.
So I'm gonna like just this is ridiculous.
We'll all feel so much better when these dishes are clean, Ram.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could even take a nap, but like
maybe.
How can you just let these sit here? Like we gotta get it. Like it's bothering me. I gotta be clean.
Like,
a nap sounds great, but after we do these dishes.
You guys realize there's this never-ending pile of dishes. You'll never be done, right? Do you know that? No.
They are
Please tell me you know
actually
that.
getting done, Aramiel. They are actually getting done.
Oh wait, Oh, it's not an infinite thing?
Nope, not
I thought you
right
said it
now.
was an infinite
That
thing.
was a
Not yet.
funny.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
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 Yeah, no, I
Then
was mistaken. I'm
I'm
looking
gonna
at
look-
it now going, oh wait, no, that's not how I had it going.
One
Um,
of us.
Okay.
Just do the dishes with us. Give in.
Just trying to.
Do
Can
it.
I look around the room to see if there's anything else other than like the dishes that's like maybe a switch or a trigger or something that I can maybe.
Roll me a perception check.
18 plus 3, 21.
Nice.
Okay. You look around and it's really kind of eerie how intact all of the inanimate stuff is, the shelving and the stove. Big, beautiful stove with pot over it. And there's kind of the memory of a stew in the pot and people chatting happily and some of them unhappily, cleaning and sweeping and cooking. And, it's clear that this was at one point a very busy part of the school where they prepared all the food
And did dishes.
and did dishes and did a lot of the cleaning and stuff.
And
So people are, and ghostly people are wandering in and out. You can't, it's silent. There's no sound from these memories, but they're there. But the physical things in the room are actually physical things. They are actually there. You don't see a key or a switch. So you're not quite sure how to turn this off. At least not physically.
What does that mean? Not physically.
Well, there's physical and then there's magical.
Yeah. Well, how long does it look like? Like, how many dishes are left? Is there like a ridiculous amount? Is it going to waste time on the quest, or like?
Okay. Well, how long do you stand there?
I mean, I don't know. What's the
After-
approximate amount of time?
Okay, you look at it and I mean, it's not a massive pile. After 15 minutes, they actually finish the dishes.
Okay.
Do we have
And then
to
the sink fills again and everybody needs to make me another saving throw.
fuck this shit?
Wait, am I included in this?
Yes, you are. Because you're
What is
right
this
there.
roll?
No.
Okay, the DC is 15.
No.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
I rolled
Ooh, I got it.
Cross is just really enjoying these dishes.
He's
Okay.
feeling it.
Eyes rolled a 20.
Well,
Yep.
good for you.
I got another 18.
Good for you,
Okay.
dude.
I'm pretty happy about it.
I got
These dice
21.
they're my-
Okay.
nice.
I got a 15.
Okay.
Cross is the only one
Cross
doing
is the
it.
only one that's like, wait a minute, there's more dishes. I have to do them. He keeps doing the dishes.
Well-
Everybody else is like, wait, what?
Wait.
Okay, it's clear
Why are we
this
doing
is a,
dishes?
This
this
is when
is a
Patrick
trap.
remembered-
They came back out enough, but they're really pretty dishes. But the sink did refill once you got all of these nice ones over here, nice and clean.
That's so evil.
And Cross
Yep.
is like, oh gosh, I've got to, but
All right, guys, we have to get out of this room, and then we have to
actually,
stay
well,
close
let me
by.
see, says Eyes, because this would be the perfect room for resting if it just wasn't for this trap, and what a dishes. Why did they do that?
Are
That's
you all
so
just
weird.
gonna stand around? Are you gonna help me with these dishes? I mean, do you see the pile in the sink? This is gonna take me forever.
Cross.
Okay.
Cross.
And
Yeah.
And Penny start
I'll
looking.
try to- there's no getting to.
Look, snapping your fingers ain't gonna clean these dishes. You gotta help me clean the dishes. Like, come on, y'all are useless.
Eyes is like
Yeah.
steps back and he's like, and he casts a spell, detect magic, and he's like, okay. He looks at Ramiel.
Yep.
He's like, this just kind of hurts, but you got to break the dishes.
Yeah, really?
Hmm.
Penny goes over and starts
Yeah.
takes one hand
Oh,
as she can.
Just start smashing dishes.
Yeah.
Cross.
Yeah, let's.
Do I get really upset
They're
by this?
smashing your dishes. That's just wrong. How are people gonna eat without clean dishes?
I'm gonna go over it and
Yeah,
try to smash.
how upset am I about this?
You are very upset because you have to wash those dishes and you can't do that when they're being smashed.
Okay.
So
Trying to stop Penny from smashing the dishes.
okay.
Right.
Penny, what are
And
you
then-
doing? Like, we're not gonna be able to eat if you smash all the dishes.
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna take my Holy Avenger and smash the dishes with my.
Okay, roll me to hit to see how many dishes you got.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those crosses
Wait,
like
what is it?
grabbing Penny. Stop it! Stop it!
Penny's like,
Randall comes over.
Yeah, it's like a wham.
Is
And
to
then-
hit. Is to hit plus strength.
Yes.
Then I got 16.
Okay.
How do you miss an inanimate object?
Well, this is to see how many he broke with one swing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you got about half of them with one swing. Oh my God, Cross, he broke half the dishes.
Turn around with like, what are you doing?
as soon as you turn away from me, I start grabbing more dishes.
But Cross, you're very upset about this. This is terrible, but you can only fight with your words because you have to keep cleaning the dishes.
He's just like, no, why? Like, and he's like holding the one dish that he's got.
Oh my God.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I'm helping to
Now, he's
smash.
now
And then
clutching
I'm gonna-
the one dish that he has in his hands,
In
just
his
like
hands, like
not
holding
Yeah.
it.
letting anybody take it.
I'm gonna look
No.
across. I'm gonna say, "This is for you," and then I'm gonna smash the rest of the dishes.
Okay.
And
Roll
then
me to
picking
hit
up
to
on
see if
that
you get
last
actually get
dish.
the
I
rest of
got
the dishes.
14 plus 8, so I got 22.
Oh yeah. Everything. So now there is only one dish left, and it's the one that Cross is holding and just kind of cleaning while he's holding it. Because
I'm gonna go up. Can I go up to him and I'll be like, "I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry."
try.
All of us are coming out, are like, "Yes, Cross,
Come on, let me have it. Let me have it.
Mine, you can't have it. It's the last one. You can. What are you doing?
You missed a spot. I'll clean the spot for you.
No, I can clean it perfectly well by myself. You stay away.
Can I roll a dexterity check with my one hand to see if I can snatch it from him?
Yes, you
You
can.
can roll a competing dexterity check against me.
Oh yeah. Hey, I never said it's gonna work now. I'm just gonna do that.
Cross is now playing keep away with the
Penny,
plate.
wait, stop.
Oh wait.
What did you roll, Penny?
Ah, Penny's like, "Yee-hoo!" I got a 20.
Oh, a 20?
Yeah, not a
Okay.
natural.
Okay, but
That's-
still, Penny, you have to roll me a competing strength check, Cross. See if you can hang on
Well-
to the plate.
Strength or dexterity?
Well, it would be competing dexterity. 'cause
That's
she's
true. A
able to
competing
grab it.
dexterity check. Yes. and
That's
she-
a 16 plus 10, so that's a 26.
All
Yeah,
right. No, you've got it. You've got it, Penny.
Somebody
But
get
he's
one.
got it too.
Well, no, I'm just
Okay.
I'm like freaking like it's all over the place. Like she can't get it. Like I'm literally playing keep away at this time. At this,
Okay.
point,
Okay,
at this point, I probably just have like one hand doing the one hand on her forehead. And I'm like holding it back here, like really. Penny?
Except
Like-
you do that for a moment and then you realize that the dishes become smudged while you were doing that. And you really just need to get that sponge off right now.
So he
Can I-
switches his hand with his foot. So now he's like pushing her away with his foot as he's like trying to like, clean the
Oh my god. Oh god. It smells so bad.
Easy. Can I go try? Actually, can I do a competing strength against?
Yes.
I don't want to do dexterity, but I want to grab the plate and not try to like sneak it. I want to grab it and try to force it out with
you,
my
you gotta
strength.
roll dexterity to grab it.
Do I though?
Yeah.
You.
No, you're busy. Wait, you're distracted though. So I
Yeah.
should-
So
you should-
roll me a dexterity with advantage.
Advantage, all right.
Okay. Because he is distracted. He's
Thank-
fighting off
thank
Penny.
God. All right. Dang it! I only got 16.
I rolled a 13 plus 10, that's 23.
Oh no!
All right. And then
I just need to get my hands
before
on it.
we finally, Eyes is just like, what are you doing, Darkness?
Well, if
Eyes
Ramiel
shoots a magic missile at it. That's like the only one.
if Ramiel has it, if they're fighting over it,
Uh-huh.
I just want to come break it with the handle of my dagger. Just
He
like,
hasn't been able to get his
He
He
hands on it
hasn't been
yet.
able to get it because Cross is
I
great. He's
tried.
crafty. He's just like, as he's cleaning
Okay.
in between each one.
I missed the
Um,
dance.
and then Bidoof is over there like, it's my last spell.
oh,
No,
But one.
don't waste a magic
And he
missile.
he uses a magic missile and breaks the last plate. And the spell ends.
On the
And
Well,
I'm
isn't-
in like the most
That's
awkward
hilarious.
position while
Yeah,
holding
with
the
the
plate,
with this
like,
broken
this.
plate.
It was just
What am I doing?
Yeah,
I snap free.
exactly.
you're like confused.
Yeah, like
oh my god. That's amazing.
I feel like as the magic missile hits it, he's like holding it in like a weird position away from Aramiel while pushing Penny away with his foot.
So it's like this, like, and then Darkness
he's
with
like,
elbow, and then it's like,
what the fuck am I doing?
yep,
and then he falls.
Yeah.
because with that one foot. Yeah, the magic ends, and you realize, wait, I don't know why I was doing that. And those beautiful marble dishes are just shatters on the ground, on the sink, on the shelf. Pardon me.
Yep. Good riddance.
And George is like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I only have one spell left, but I think this room we could barricade for sleeping. There's a stove. We could make food.
It does feel like it's booby traps, right?
I with the detect magic, that was the only thing, that enchantment was the only thing I found in here. I
Wow.
don't know what's keeping everything else from crumbling, but it's not magic, it seems.
Hmm.
Well, it feels like, and
Stainless steel appliances, they last forever.
It says Sears on the top.
Steel-
Yeah, yeah.
Hobart.
Hobart. Hobart. Oh my god. That's amazing.
So,
that was
uh,
entertaining.
All right. I mean,
Well,
I think
what do
we
you,
need.
what do you guys think? Do you think this is a good room for a rest? I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like each thing we've encountered has been booby traps, and if we've sprung it in this room, then maybe we'd be okay.
I'm a little bit
Yeah.
concerned about where Orquilio went, but every place we go, there's something. And we can't afford to go gallivanting after her until we have
Some
a
rest.
break.
Yeah.
As much as I don't want to, I feel like if we don't rest first, we're not going to make it out of here.
I agree, says Eyes. It's I don't want to leave somebody behind, but I'm out of spells. I'm pretty sure the rest of you are. So we should make a campsite. And he draws himself up like, now I'm being the leader for a minute, you know? So there's a big stone stove right there. We could probably put a little fire in there if we wanted to, if we wanted something to keep us warm, because, underground it's kind of cold, and have some
I'm
food, and
still wet.
yeah, let's do that. And he bustles himself over to where the stove is. It's a big stone oven in the side of the building, of that room anyway. And he he starts fiddling around there and busting. He goes over and grabs one of the chunks of surviving wood from the door that's just slivered down on the ground, and starts pulling those together to put over there for building a fire. What do the rest of you do?
I am going to hold on, somebody else first.
Okay.
Well, we're not barricaded yet, right? I guess we got to make camp.
Mm-hmm.
Just look around for a soft-looking spot.
There is no
Oh.
soft looking spot. It's all stone. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Aramiel to help me. I'm gonna like go over to those bookshelves and be like, "Oi, help me bring these in front of the door."
Are there is there like any rubble anywhere?
oh yeah, there's rubble everywhere in this dungeon, but this room, like the pantry shelving, is intact. The counter with the sinks is intact. The stove is intact.
Okay. Well, I was thinking like
But there is rubble. Mhm.
Alright. But then obviously I'm gonna go over and help Cross with some
Okay, you go grab one of
barricade the
those
doors.
pantry shelves. The reason that they haven't rotted is that they are predominantly stone. They are very heavy. You two will need to roll me a strength check to move them.
Sweet.
meanwhile,
Come on, strong
I'm
boy.
going to go to some of those big piles of loose rubble.
Mhm.
I'm going to use the cantrip Mold Earth to move it in front of the door and pile it as high as I can.
Okay, which door? There's two.
Just the other one.
The other one, the one that leads out into the hallway you haven't been to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we don't know what's out there and I can move it later.
All right. So, gentlemen, what was your strength check?
Rolled a
21.
17 plus 3, so 20.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to move the bookshelf, it's not a bookshelf, it's a pantry shelf over to block this doorway. It's not a very big doorway, so it actually sticks way out on the sides. You'll notice that there is, before you move it, there are a few things like earthen pottery jars that are still intact on there. Something that's like wrapped up in oilcloth again. Penny, you go over and you mold earth with a bunch of the rubble that you found, including the dishes. I mean, they're made out of marble, they're stone, so that could work for that. So it's really pretty pile in front of the doorway. It's kind of glinty and shiny. But now both doorways are blocked, and Eyes is like, yes, and he's gotten boy, my grammar today. He has a small fire built in the oven right down here, and all of a sudden, between the water here and the fire here, and the feeling of kind of relative safety, you feel like you could rest.
I have a
Can I-
cooking kit in my bag.
Okay.
So I pull that out to just see if I can help George and we can figure out something to eat.
Okay. Yeah,
No, I'm gonna-
definitely. And you'll realize you guys have been in the dungeon for a long time. You went through almost the whole first level already, and your stomachs are kind of growling. So that's kind of a good idea. You guys
I'm
can
gonna walk
smell
over.
food starting to come up, the smell of food coming from the fireplace.
Nice.
Check. What
Can I
are
walk
those,
over to
what are
the
those
oil
things
thing?
on the shelf?
Yeah, that's what I was
Um,
saying too. I want to go grab the oil thing.
Okay, there's what seems like a square thing wrapped in oilcloth. There are 3 pots with lids on them, clearly for storing of something.
Can I grab
So
the
you go
box
get
with
this?
the? Yeah, can I grab
Or the
the
oilcloth?
box?
It's
wrapped
not
in
a box.
oilcloth? Okay, the square.
Yeah, it's
rectangle.
you get it and it's kind of, it's a little crumbly.
Okay.
Okay. And there are the 3 pots. Did you guys open them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. In one, it's probably had food in it or wheat, some sort of grain in it at one point. It's been long eaten away, and there's just the shaft of what little and dead bugs in there. However, at the very bottom is another ring, like somebody hid a ring in the pot, but as the bugs ate the stuff away, it became apparent. The second pot you open up, and it looked like it probably held honey of some sort. And the honey doesn't like rot, it solidifies. And so what's in that pot is just a solid block, pot-shaped block of honey. it feels like glass. It's so solid right now. It's been so long. In the third pot, and you open the third pot, and there's a really terrible smell that comes out first, but it dissipates fairly quickly. And as you're looking in there, you can see like bones and shells, like from shellfish of some sort, that have rotted away, and that last little bit of smell is what you released when you opened the pot. But what that's left behind is some really pretty seashells.
Yummy.
So do we have any food?
Eyes and Darkness do, and they're over there cooking it, and you can smell the food cooking by the stove.
Also I have rations.
Mhm.
Like,
It counts, and if you can have it with some water and some heat to it, it makes it a lot less
Yeah.
gross
Rationy.
to eat. Yeah.
Can I take out the ring?
okay.
Or
From
are you gonna do the same thing?
From
That's
the pot,
fine.
yeah, because you're both right there.
Is there a blank open container anywhere?
Blank open. Oh yeah. There's the sink, and the sink, it's not like inset like a modern sink. It's like a big bowl on top of the counter. And there's two of those that would be like big, ceramic pots. There was a pot on the stove, a metal pot that was hanging in there that had, the memory of stew in it, but the pot itself was empty.
Is it clean?
It's been sitting there for God only knows how many 100 years. No, it is not clean.
You tip it upside down and a bunch of rubble falls out
Yeah,
of it.
it's like
I go,
the dust and
we
everything.
washed all those dishes, but nobody got the pot clean.
But there is water over at the dishes and the water you were washing in them were real. And so there is water in those two dish things. One is kind of soapy and one is kind of clean.
Okay. Can I dump out the one that's not soapy?
Are
Sorry,
you
I'll
strong
dump out
enough?
Soap, or maybe I'll like wave at somebody with muscles and ask them to come help.
Well, yeah, because you could dump it out, but then you would probably drop the pot and break it.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
Okay. It's comforting. You've got the smell of food. You've got some water there. You've got heat, and you just now are realizing, you know what? Underground is actually really kind of cold, and that fire is very welcoming. But the memories, the shadows of the people going around and stuff keep going, and it's a little unnerving. But until you get used to it, it's like, okay. And then, the people where Darkness is standing there with the pot, and Eyes is standing with their pot, putting food in and clean, getting that ready. There is another image of a couple of young girls and a steward bent over the pot as well. That's kind of like right through you, but you don't feel anything. It's just a memory. But it is, for those watching, it's really kind of unnerving. When you reach for it, there's another hand reaching for it too. But it's just not really there.
Throws you off a little bit.
Yeah, it does. But food, water, heat, nice place. George is like, okay, let's set a watch order just in case something tries to come in or somebody starts doing dishes again. Although it seemed like from the detect magic, what it told me is that enchantments, once they're gone and stuff. So I don't think it's going to come back. But just in case, we should have watches.
Ask him about the ring or Amiel.
Yeah, absolutely. What about this ring? Can I show Bidoof my ring of destiny?
Which ring? The one from upstairs or the one down here?
Nobody knows about the first ring yet.
Okay.
You said yes. Yeah, I guess I should ask about both of them, honestly, because it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm keeping secrets. So yeah, I'll take out both rings, and can I ask about both of them to see if we can maybe identify them and potentially use them in this dungeon?
Well, they definitely, my detect magic is still up, and they definitely read as magic. I won't be able to identify them, I says, until I've slept for a little while, and then I can take some of my spell slots and turn them into identifies so I can try and figure out what some of this stuff does. But I'd almost rather use them for martial spells or, trap spells and stuff to help keep us until we get out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can he ritual cast them?
Yeah, but then I'm not sleeping and it still takes a spell slot. I've only
I
got
thought ritual casting didn't take a spell slot. It just took 10 minutes or something.
It takes 10 minutes and it does take a spell slot, as I have read it. It just lasts longer.
I thought the point of being able to do rituals was so that it didn't take up a spell slot.
Well, let me take a look. That's something we haven't had come up yet, and I'm new to 5e, so I'm going to take a look.
I'm curious. I could be wrong.
It's good to know.
It is good to know. And I could look it online, which might be faster, but I'm old school, so we're doing it this way.
Fun.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, the DM, aka God,
Yeah.
is looking up that information. Is Penny able to? Penny's trying to clean the pot out, the thing out, so she can make water in there, nice clean water.
Okay. With help. With one hand, you can knock it down. You can tip it and dump everything out, but it will be a dexterity check to see if you lose control of it and break it.
Which I don't want to do. So I'm going to see somebody help me. Help me. I've got no muscles and I only have one hand.
I'll go over. I want to help.
I go to help her.
Yeah, of course.
I'll go help her.
Thank you for the help.
Yeah. We all go over, help her.
It's a group effort. I'm just trying to clean up one of them or both, either way. Once they're clean, I am going to cast a cantrip known as Create or Destroy Water, and I'm going to create as much water as it will fit in there. Technically, it's 10 gallons, but I'm assuming this isn't going to be 10 gallons of water. So most of it probably spills everywhere. And then...
Okay, it doesn't. You're right. The ritual doesn't expend a spell slot, but it does take 10 minutes.
All right.
And only spells that have the ritual thing in part of that, as part of their spell description can be done that way. So let me look.
And then real quick, sorry, I'm going to cast Goodberry.
Okay.
And that means I have 10 berries that are, we don't have to eat them now. I'm just doing this now so that if
Before
we
the rest.
in the next 24 hours, they're just there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Cross and be like, hold these for me.
Nice.
Please.
He gives her a day rations in trade. He's trade offers back. I'll take these, you take this.
Mm.
Cool. Well, it turns out that I can do identify as a ritual, but that's 10 minutes for each item, for each casting of the spell. Because it only works for one object.
That's what I was saying, after, if he doesn't have the ability to do it now, we can do it after we rest. But it was just saying that he can do it, and I know it won't extend spell slots, but
it just means that my rest will be shorter if I do it before the rest.
Mm.
I can't hear you.
Sorry. There we go. It's going to take us 20 minutes to get this food on the table and for Penny to do whatever she's doing with that water, which I'm not quite sure about yet. But
okay, so I will use that then. If you'll take over the cooking from me, because I was helping with the cooking, then I can cast identify on 2 items. So choose the 2.
Right there.
Okay, so which 2? The 2 rings?
Can we use them on the 2 rings, guys?
I think we should do the 2 rings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
All right. So George Eyes takes one of the rings and starts, doing his blah, blah, you're gonna do what you see me do, I'm gonna do it. And he's got to hold it the whole time. So he's holding it the whole time and doing his thing and stuff for 10 minutes. And it seems like forever. 1 minute is forever while you're waiting. 10 minutes is really forever while you're waiting. And you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting. And finally, after 10 minutes, and the stew is starting to smell really good, and everybody's realizing they're a little thirsty, and maybe if they search, there could be alcohol, or things that go through your head while you're waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, after 10 minutes, he turns around and he says, "Which ring did you hand him first?"
One from the room that we're in.
The one from the room you're in.
From the
Yeah.
clay
All right.
pot.
Yeah.
All right. He says, "This is a ring of protection, +2."
Cool.
Pretty good.
And amazing.
Okay.
Then we
And then the food is, Penny's starting to feel like maybe the food could be ready now, but it's not quite yet. And so he starts the second ritual with the second ring, holding it and going abi abi, the different things. This 10 minutes seems to take even longer than the first 10 minutes. And his brow knits, and he's like really focusing on it, a little more difficult. Okay. And finally, after 10 minutes, he comes and he says, this one's different. I've never seen anything like this. This is, so as he holds up the ring, it looks like it's made of stone, variegated stone. And it is called the Ring of Earth Elemental Command. And if you'd had it in the other fight, it would have been very helpful. He says this. We would have had it. Okay. So while wearing this ring, you get advantage when you're attacking earth elementals, and they have disadvantage against you. In addition, you have access to, depending on which plane of earth it's from, it has 5 charges. It regains 1d4 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. Spells cast from the ring have a DC of save 17. Now, this is not how he's saying it, but this is so you guys understand.
Yes.
You can expend 2 of the ring's charges to cast Dominate Monster on an earth elemental. In addition, you can move in difficult terrain that is composed of rubble, rocks, or dirt as if it were normal terrain. You can also speak and understand Terran, the language of the element of the earth elemental plane. If you help slay an earth elemental while attuned to the ring, you do require to be attuned to it, which means you have to wear it for 24 hours before you can actually access its magical properties. So if you help slay an earth elemental while attuned to the ring, you gain access to the following additional properties. You get resistance to acid damage. You can move through solid earth or rock as if those areas were difficult terrain. If you end your turn there, you are shunted out to the nearest unoccupied space you last occupied. You can cast the following spells from the ring, expending the necessary number of charges. Stone Shape, 2 charges. Stone Skin, 3 charges. Or Wall of Stone, 3 charges. Remember, you have 5 charges.
Way to go. Why didn't you put it on, Aramiel?
Can I have it?
So Penny raises her one hand, and it's like that's all wet and because she was cleaning a pot, and she's like, "Can I have it?"
Oh,
Please.
well, that's adorable. And I almost died for this ring, but I can't say no. So I'll flip her the ring.
Okay.
Seems to me like if one of us has it on, that
could be helpful. Yeah,
Could
that
be
could be helpful.
Mm.
I would take it, but I told you guys that I would only take books. And so that's, you guys got to keep everything else down here. That's part of your pay. All righty. So food is ready.
And then I'm gonna put on
so
the
hungry.
+2
the
protection.
food is ready. Penny, what were you doing with the water? Are you just making clean water for us to drink?
Well, I cleaned okay, so what if anybody who watched her, they saw her clean the pot and then create a ton of water. Most of it didn't go into the pot, but the pots are full. And it is clean water for drinking, basically. So she starts like drinking it.
Okay. Oh, that, you guys have been going all day without drinking water. That's just sounds really good.
Really good.
So Eyes goes and has some water. Then he comes and kind of haunts around the cooking pot until it's done.
And
looks like the food's
Darkness
done.
says, this is ready. Dig in. Give me a drink of that water.
Yeah.
And I get a drink of water.
And same.
Okay. Do you all kind of cluster around the stove, getting warm while you're eating your food?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Just kind of a simple stew type of thing, but hey.
Yeah,
That's
we
really
sing
good.
Kumbaya.
So I'm gonna get some stew, and I'm gonna sit down next to Eyes, and then I'm gonna be like, so what are you telling me about this? And he pulls out the box. Like, kind of like, what's it?
Okay. So which box? The one from the mist with the mist
the
inside of it?
mystery box. Because I think the other I don't know if the other thing I stole was magical or not, but I have a feeling this box I don't know about it. That's what I want to know.
He's like,
I don't even know what's in the other box. I haven't opened it yet.
That's really interesting. I really need to sleep, but afterwards I could definitely. And he opens it up.
Like
he opens it up and he's
10 minutes.
He's like looking, eat your food. Let me eat my food.
Here, I'll feed you your food while you look at.
And he's like, okay, this is kind of interesting and stuff. And he kind of pokes a finger in and stirs the mist a little bit, and all of a sudden he's gone, and his bowl clatters.
Oh God damn it!
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh my God. I was just about to start taking clothes off him.
Stick his finger in it. It's the reason I didn't do that.
Cross, what have you done?
And then after about 2 minutes, all of a sudden, he's back there. He's like, oh, guys, you have to see this.
What?
No, come and see this.
Did you see Orkelia?
No, he grabs Cross's hand and sticks it in the box.
I'll go in.
Damn it. Okay.
Because you were right there.
Is it dexterity?
Because you're right there. And all of a sudden, both Cross and George disappear. Because
I'm
they
gonna
touch the mist.
Yeah. I'm bound with curiosity. This is good.
Oh, chaos. Let's do this.
Okay, so all of a sudden, everybody runs over to the box, and then Darkness is the only one sitting there with her stew, like
the smart one. That's what that is.
So Cross, you and George, all of a sudden, you are in a room. It's a 20 by 20 room. There's mist at the top of it by the ceiling. And it's really well appointed. It's really nice. There are 3 skeletons in the room laying on the various couches and around. There is a table with the really nice spread of beautiful fancy food. And some alcohol and drink. The couches look like they're really comfortable for sleeping on or sitting on. There's plush rugs and pillows in this thing. It's really nice.
Huh.
20 by 20. And George is like, I've only got one left, but I threw a dispel magic, or not a detect magic on here, and I think that the food and everything replaces itself while people are in here. It's a place that you can go in and out. But clearly, but time clearly passes here, and he gestures at the skeletons. I think maybe they came in here to get away from something and then never were too afraid to come out. Never left. Yeah. But this is really cool. I would love to have this if none of you guys want it, because, having your people, I'd be able to just like be comfortable and not have to worry about their food would be really nice. But I did promise you guys. And then all of a sudden, Penny and Aramiel go up there too. So Penny and Aramiel all of a sudden, poof, they're in the room. And
Mhm.
and you guys see as they show up that you don't fall, but it's clear that you are coming in from the ceiling, from that mist in the ceiling. And you see the same thing, a beautifully appointed room. It's 20 by 20, so it's a pretty
So
good
wait,
sized room.
how did you leave?
Oh, you just do this. And he reaches up and he touches the mist on the ceiling, and poof, he's gone.
All right, this place is awesome.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
it's you
straight
see
out of
it's
Harry Potter.
beautiful. Shauna, that couch there, you reach out and you touch the pillow. You have never felt anything so soft in your whole life. There's food, beautiful food, fresh fruit all along the table that's off to the side of this room. There's a ramio.
Yeah.
That looks like your favorite wine over there.
Oh, no.
Cross is gonna do some spring cleaning. He starts grabbing the bones and chucking them up into the mist.
Okay, up top, darkness, you see George show up and he's like, oh, you should really check it out. It's really cool. But you know what? It's good that one of us stays watch, because I don't think that we can, I don't know, maybe we can all get out if everybody's in. I don't know, but it's good to leave somebody out here for watch right now, unless it's in a safe place. But you should really see, and as he's finishing saying this, all of a sudden you see all kinds of human bones just kind of come popping out of the box, flying across and landing on the floor next to it.
Whoa.
I can just only imagine what darkness is like.
She's it's like literally oh, there's a skull. You know,
Where are these
you think
coming
that's
from?
a femur and stuff, and they're just like appearing around the box, just like Bidoof did.
And I say to George, are these coming from where you just came from?
Oh yeah, it looks like somebody, time passes in the box. It's not like a stasis type of thing. Time passes, and if looks like they stayed in there kind of too long.
That doesn't sound good. I think you guys need to all come back out of there, and we need to eat our stew and get some rest.
Oh, stew is not what we're eating tonight. All right, you gotta check this place out.
But no, the food in there is better. It's well,
Yeah.
and then he realizes that he just like insulted your food, and his whole face blanches.
Try it. So we should really
Your
say
food
that.
sucks. The food there's better.
It's like, no, it's great. Your stew is great, but there's fruit and stuff in there that would go really good with it. And there's
Right.
comfortable beds. I think if we have one, I think we could just leave one person watching out here and then sleep in there, and it might be really nice.
This just doesn't sound right to me. This just sounds dangerous. You went to a place where you found dead bodies.
And they did look pretty comfy.
But I mean, you can come right back out.
Hey, come out whenever you like.
All right. There's a lot of stew here and a lot of fresh water.
Oh, but I
Can
will
you-
say
can
we should
hear
always keep
what's
one
going on out
person.
there?
Oh, not at all.
Yeah, I think that's. Yeah,
And he's
I'll
like,
stay
but I
here.
always think that somebody should stay out just in case. I mean, we don't know why they didn't come out, if it was because there was terrible things around them, or they just got too drunk, or
This
or
sounds like-
if all of them go in and then they can't come out.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy to take first watch on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. All
You
right.
guys-
Oh, great. I'm going to go have some fruit. And he takes his bowl of stew. And it's not really a bowl. It's just from whatever
Yeah.
you guys had around to put stew in. And he smiles at you and he touches the mist in the open box, and poof, he's gone. And all of a sudden, Eyes is back with you guys holding a bowl of stew going, darkness is taking first watch. I want that couch. And he points at
all
one of the
right.
comfortable couches, and he goes and takes his stew, which still smells pretty good. But I mean, you've got cake over here and roast beef and stuff. Oh, you might want to take some to darkness. And also, who's taking second watch? I've got to sleep for a while.
I'm not sure yet. I can probably take second watch. I just got to make sure I catch up enough. Because I'm not fully depleted, but I could use.
Yeah, and see, it's so for a short rest, if you guys choose to do a short rest, you can get some things back, but not very much. If you do a full rest and just go, you know what, we're here, let's do 8 hours, you can
Yeah.
get all of your spells back and all
Yeah,
of your
let's do that.
daily abilities.
But what about people who are on watch, right?
Yeah, they would have to, you have to arrange the watches so that each of them can get a contiguous 8 hours if they're spellcaster,
Yep.
Except for me, I just need 4.
because she's got that.
Cross doesn't have any spell slots, and he's not that hurt. So honestly, he could take the majority and just get a short rest and be fine.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
you and I switch off after. I just need 4.
Okay.
Okay. So darkness takes the first watch. Who takes the second watch?
Let
Penny do it.
Okay, so you're gonna have darkness take a 4-hour watch? Because
No.
she does.
Wait.
I'm gonna
Then
I
I
need
can
to
take second.
reach up and touch the fog
Uh-huh.
and go out
Poof, you go out.
to be with you,
Uh-huh.
and she'll be like, sleep. I'll
To
watch.
me. Okay.
But
And
stay out here and sleep with me.
yeah.
Okay, did you bring any
Okay.
food back for her or anything?
Yes, if I could. And a pillow. I grabbed one of the pillows.
And no, they don't come out.
Damn it. That's
Only you. You only come out with what you went in with.
Okay.
That's all right. This
Very
stew's good.
Tried.
Okay, and so do you go in darkness?
No, I stay here to stay with Penny, and I'll sleep here and get as much rest as I can.
All right.
I'm
So
not gonna wait.
so Penny takes first watch. And then in 4 hours, do you wake up Cross?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna yeah, because she's sleeping out here. I won't wake her up.
Okay. So you wake up Cross.
But during my watch, can I kind of like explore the area? I want to put my ear up against the door that we came from to see if I can hear anything that might sound like Orchelia.
Okay. You can absolutely, I mean, and you've got 4 hours that you're just in that room kind of by yourself, except for sleeping darkness. And there's plenty of stew, so you can eat your fill which is really nice. And you go roll me a perception check or a listen check.
Sorry, 2 seconds. Oh, yeah. 20. Woo-hoo.
Okay. Depending on which wall, if you're listening back where you came from, you don't hear anything. There's
Okay.
nothing that you're pretty sure you would, because the pantry door is not like a straight seal. So you could totally hear by it, but there's nothing to hear. As you go to each wall, you don't hear very much of anything until you get to the southern wall, and it seems like it's probably too far away, but you can hear something that sounds like stone banging on stone or something, just for a second.
Okay.
But it's like way on the other side. You can barely hear anything.
Okay.
But that's all you guys hit. And right now, I think that we might just take a 5-minute break. Does that sound like a good idea?
Okay.
All right, 5-minute break. I'm out of libations. This glass was a wonderful gift from John and Ray, 2 of our viewers, that spent some time at Dave and Buster's and won me this glass that they gave to me, and I absolutely love it, and I need to refill it. So we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
See you all in 5.
Bye.
5 minutes. Whoops. Sorry.
15 seconds. Boom. And we are coming back. Woohoo! And I have gotten more libations. I've eaten a little bit of kind of melty but delicious chocolate. Much like all of you guys down in the box.
Good to go.
Box.
In the box.
I want to be in the box.
You want to be in the box? Yep, you're all in the box. I want to be in the box with delicious food and nice
I'm not in the box.
wine, comfy pillows,
Replenishing.
which is
Yeah.
good because George did say that it could be, he couldn't tell from the detect magic, but it could be that one of the things is that somebody has to stay outside of the box or everybody else can't get out.
Right.
Or like maybe if the box gets closed.
If it
and
gets
you
closed,
can't leave.
exactly. And that would be a problem if it got closed and nobody was there to open it back up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't not trusting this box very much.
Yeah.
Then you open the box.
That's because you're smart.
Yep. So down in the
Yeah.
box,
She's wise.
I just got to notice that my new glasses are ready. So next week I might
Woo!
have glasses on.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Glasses are fun.
Glasses Club.
So down inside, the rest of you sleep well about 4 hours in. Cross, Penny comes and gets you and sends you back out to watch. You get up there and you see Darkness sleeping very soundly. This is, you guys have had a long, rough haul since, the last few days. So sleep is nice. The room is empty. Penny and everybody downstairs, those couches, so comfortable, blankets, comfortable Afghans, delicious food. It's so nice. You go to sleep and you sleep.
I
The
stick
sleep.
Darkness's hand in the box.
He's like, picture
Darkness, you wake up all of a sudden because you are all of a sudden on a very soft floor and you realize that there's carpets underneath you. And you are down here. Everybody is sleeping on beautiful couches. There's a whole table with fresh food along one side that seems to kind of, your favorite dishes on there. That's kind of nice. And your favorite wine. Yes. And beautiful couches, and everybody seems to be sleeping very comfortably. You're not sure how you got in here, but you'll notice that Cross is not inside the box. Penny has just come inside the box and is just getting comfortable on one of the couches.
You're seeing her kind of getting into a meditation position.
So since this is my first time here, I'm going to look around a little bit.
Okay. You look around. It's a 20 by 20 room. So a good sized room, but not massive, but a good sized room. And there's probably 10 couches just kind of lining around it. Soft carpets, comfortable blankets. There's a closet on one side that nobody's really paid attention to yet because it's very, kind of unobtrusive, but there's a table, very ornate table with beautiful food. And like I said, one of them is your favorite food that's on there. And, a little sidebar with some drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. It's just a really nice, comfortable place. It's like a king's palace room,
Penny, did you guys eat this food?
Mhm.
And everybody's okay.
Mhm.
I want to look in the closet.
Okay, you go and you look in the closet. Oh, there's some beautiful soft robes. There's a black one and a sky blue one, and you get a feeling there's just that feeling that it's a robe for each person in their favorite color. So you could actually take your armor and things off and, oh, there's a place for dirty clothes right there.
I do kind of want to go back to sleep some more.
Which you'll need to get your spells back.
Right. So maybe I'll take the purple robe.
Okay.
Because that's Brynbrand's color.
There you go.
And take off my armor, but I don't put it where the dirty clothes go. I just sort of keep it closer to me.
Okay.
And I put on the purple robe and lay back down.
Okay, Penny, you just saw her do this. Everybody else was asleep, but you saw her. Oh, that's a closet. It didn't seem like a closet, but it is. It's just very blends with the wall nicely so that it doesn't look really weird and obtrusive. And that robe looks so soft. She's wearing a Darkness finds a purple robe in there and puts it on, and it fits perfectly.
Looks really good on me.
It looks really good on you.
Penny goes over and like pets it.
Oh, and you see in the open door behind you, there's a robe, and it's you didn't know this before, but that is your favorite color. And it's smaller. It's smaller.
She doesn't remember.
Nope, but you really like that color. What do you think is her favorite color? Dark green?
Yeah.
Sky blue?
Yeah. Like an emerald green.
Emerald green is beautiful, but it's smaller. It's much shorter than the robe that Darkness is wearing.
Which makes sense because Penny's like, so she takes it off as much as she can using like this and then her hand and tries to put it on him.
You can totally put it on, and it is so soft and so it's like silk, and it's comfortable, but it's warm. And it fits you a whole lot better than the bag you were wearing. Do you take the bag off?
Yeah. This thing has things
and then while she's doing that, I'm not asleep yet. We're laying there, but
cozy.
I tell her to spin around, and we're like,
you have a girl moment.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to look for pockets.
Okay. Oh yeah. As soon as you look, you're like, oh yeah, pockets. I mean, what kind of magical robe would this be without pockets? Yes, there are pockets. And they do actually latch at the front. So they're just loose and soft and comfy. And they do fit you both perfectly. And Penny, do you put your bag on there's like a little, like a laundry basket? You probably might not know what that is, but it looks like it's a place for dirty clothes, potentially. Put your bag in there.
So before Penny does that, she's gonna keep the bag on, put the robe over it, and touch the fog.
Okay, and go up.
She leaves if she still has the robe on.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
We're in there.
So she'll go back in. So Cross just sees her like pop out and then go back right in. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Life gets weird for this group.
He's like, that's Penny.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, yeah, when I get back in, I'll take the bag off just for right now. And I guess I'll try it in the basket thingy.
Okay. You put it in the basket and you leave it there. Do you close the closet when you go lay down?
Yes.
Okay, you close the closet and you go lay down and you guys sleep. Cross, do you watch for the next 4 hours, or do you come home and wake up around meal partway through for the last watch?
I'll be fine.
With 4 hours of sleep?
Cross has he just needs a short rest.
Okay. Okay, well, you got 4 hours
I'm
already.
proud of you.
How
I'm
many
proud
hit
of you.
dice do I get with
a short rest?
Yeah.
That's a good question. You guys are asking the person who's new. I should have, I should know.
Oh God.
And I read it all and I don't remember it. So where does it say short rest? I have a gift for whoever finds it first. If it's not me.
I can just take a short rest on I can
You
take
had
up
four-
to. Looks like I can take up to any of them, but I have one fighter. So I can 1d10 or 4d8. I have a con. I have a +6 to con, so I have a plus. Oh, I need to probably do like 1 hit die.
Okay. Well, and 4 hours, you definitely get a short rest. So
Okay. So I'll use my D10 hit die for my
cool.
1 level of fighter. I rolled a 9 plus 6, so that's plus 16 health, which I think puts me back at full.
Okay. Cool. So the rest of you sleep comfortably. When the 8 hours finishes up, you all wake that are down in the box, wake very well rested. You feel great. You do get hit points back. I'm looking up how much, but it's going very slowly.
If it's a full day, I think you just get your full hit points back.
No, you don't. I don't think for a long rest you do. This is at least 1 hour for short rest. All right, long rest.
Yeah, I just need to know how many hit points.
Oh, a character does regain all lost hit points. So they changed to be more like a video game.
There it is.
There you go. So you guys get all your hit points back because you rested for 8 hours. Those of you who rested 8 hours, Cross did not rest 8 hours, but then he didn't have that many down. Penny did not rest 8 hours, but she doesn't need to because of some of her abilities.
Rob, if you just click long rest on the D&D Beyond page, it does it. It just
resets all of the things that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect.
Same thing with short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Take long rest.
D&D Beyond is pretty great.
Amazing.
All right, and you get all your spell slots back, and any
Yep.
daily things. So there you go. But you wake up and you'll notice, you and Eyes notice there, Aramiel, that Darkness and Penny are wearing these beautiful soft robes that fit them just perfectly.
Do I wander over to the closet? That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Did you notice the closet when you came in last time?
I mean, did I?
You may have. It's not hidden. It's just kind of flush with the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
was
you
looking
open
around.
it up and yeah, there's robes in there. Beautiful. Ooh, there's one that's your favorite color too. And you'll notice that in the basket, like the laundry basket that's down at the bottom of the closet, there is a beautifully cleaned and folded burlap sack that looks like a lot like what Penny was wearing.
Oh, wait, it's already clean and folded.
It's cleaned and folded.
Okay, so is this before or after the rest? Because
This is after.
After? Yeah, I don't need to wear the robe after. You know, I've already gotten the rest in, but I'm gonna take it and put it in my, like, can I like store it somewhere for later? Do I have something to store it in?
No.
You guys see Aramiel picking one of one really pretty robe in his nice dark blue colors, blue and black, and try and like wrap it up and stuff it in his pockets. Is anybody going to tell him?
I don't think that's going anywhere with you.
Well, it's a bummer.
But I
Alright,
kind of wish I'd got my clothes clean. I'm going to try real quick to put my dirty clothes in that basket now.
Okay, you put them in the basket. They're just sitting there. Do you close the closet and step away, or do you just sit there and watch them for a minute?
I'll try closing the closet.
Okay.
And I'll try to lay back down and pretend like I'm sleeping for a minute.
Okay. You lay down and pretend like you're sleeping. You guys are watching Darkness do this and you're like, We don't understand, but she does. She lays down for just a second. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Okay. And goes back to the closet, and you open it, and sure enough, your clothes are all cleaned and pressed and right there ready for you.
All right, I change back into my clean travel clothes.
Okay. Aramiel, darkness bears it all. Just changes her clothes. She's not even shy a bit.
Not a bit.
Well, that's is there a place where I can discreetly take off my armor and throw it in this thing?
Yeah.
To get it
Yeah.
clean?
There's like a little screen along one wall. Like I said, it's a beautifully ornate room.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop behind one of those and put on this robe and do the same thing. Put my
Okay,
whole
go
suit of
close.
armor and
Okay.
close the closet. And I'm
The armor
excited 'cause I've
barely
been
fits in the basket because it's like a lot of armor.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you close it, and do you lay down, or do you just open it right up again?
I'm gonna follow suit. I'm gonna lay down and pretend like I'm asleep for a second.
Okay, and then you guys watch Rami will go over there and lay down. Israel will go sleeping. Okay, let's go check this. And sure enough, your armor
Okay.
is polished and clean. It doesn't smell like the sweat that's been baking into it for like a month that you've
Thank
been on the
God.
road. And the leather's oil, the
Thank
straps are oiled so that they actually work nicer.
I
Ross
wonder
puts
if
Penny in the basket. No, I'm
Oh,
Penny comes back folded.
joking.
no.
Ross isn't there right now. Ross is waiting for you guys outside.
I wonder if our clothes will go back to their before state when we leave. Wonder if the magic will go carry beyond this room.
I
Let's hope
really
not.
wish I in real life right now I really wish I had one of these rooms. It's like you wouldn't need an apartment, you wouldn't need to buy food. It's literally all of your like basic needs are met.
This is all of your
Oh, I know.
clothes.
Wouldn't it be amazing? It's like, oh, I need to sleep tonight.
Don't
All right.
have to do laundry.
Yeah,
Right?
it does your laundry
Mhm.
for you.
Yeah, whoever commissioned this magical box, they knew. They were savvy adventurers.
Yep.
On her
For those dead guys.
Yeah, maybe. All right. So everybody's got their clothes cleaned and pressed and shined and oiled, except for Cross. Eyes watches you guys
Ah.
at first, and then he like surreptitiously goes over and picks a robe that is in actually a really nice pattern. It's a floral pattern. And he puts that on and puts his clothes in. But instead of laying down and pretending to sleep, he just is like, closes it and opens it. And his stuff's all clean too. And so he puts that back on and hangs the robe up and is like, this one's mine, to the floral robe. And then goes up and touches the smoke, and all of a sudden, Eyes is out there, Cross. Everything was quiet while you were watching that last 4 hours. You heard no real sounds, no real movement from where you guys are. Nothing that pushed at the 2 barricades that you guys have put up or anything. So no wandering monsters, nothing.
It's clear.
And the stew was actually pretty tasty.
Still
You're
sitting
welcome.
there, like just kind of like sitting there, like see his eyes come out, like he's like drinking the stew.
Mhm. And you'll notice the Eyes rather dirty and tattered robe. Looks beautifully cleaned, and and he stretches and says,
Looking
that was really nice.
oddly clean.
Oh, you should try it. Go put your clothes in the closet.
And also something weird happens in this tavern. This is gonna be relevant. So everybody, DM, you can decide who sees this or not. But
Okay.
Aramiel's gonna go over. He's gonna get food. He's gonna enjoy himself. But as soon as he gets over to the wine, he's just gonna have a deep sigh and pass by. not
Okay,
drink
you know
anything.
what? I think you need to roll me a will save for that.
A will save? Oh no.
I didn't tell you what the
Yeah.
DC was, though.
No.
Is Will a
What is
wisdom
it?
save nowadays?
Because in that case, I got 16 plus 6.
Oh yeah, easily. You're just like, you made your decision.
Well.
We're done. And you take, there's actually a really nice, like a tea, like a really nice spiced tea there that you could drink instead.
Amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And yeah.
That's
Anyway, that was it. That was
There you
it.
go.
That was the only. That's what I wanted to make sure everybody saw.
okay.
Ross
Well,
doesn't see shit. He
no,
still
but
thinks you're
Penny and
drunk.
Darkness did. All right.
That's right.
And do you all head out of the room now? Or do some of you just kind of stay in and enjoy a little more food and relax for a minute? Or
No, I think it's time to skedaddle.
okay.
Yeah.
Some of you guys.
I'm heading out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the box is still open and ice came out, and now just a moment later, Penny comes out, Darkness comes out, and then last Aramiel comes out. All of them in beautifully cleaned clothing. Aramiel's
Oh.
armor. Well, no, it is clean. It's still a bag, but it's clean. Aramiel's armor looks like a squire took care of it. It's nicely cleaned and polished, and the leather straps are all oiled. It's cared for, and that's really nice. Everybody's looking really good. Clothing wise, now probably everybody could use a nice bath, but
But we've got a lot of other things.
Ross
to
is
take
like
care
kind of looking at everybody like, the fuck? Looks back at eyes like,
And
try what? Like
Darkness
he
says
was
to
like,
him-
you gotta try it, and I was like,
Darkness says to him, "It just takes a minute. You should do it."
okay, now I don't feel like I want to. That seemed like that seemed kind of backhanded there.
oh, you
You'll
just
feel
you go
so much better.
And he skips up to you and like pulls up the bag and it's like, sniff it.
that she's wearing her clothing.
My bag is still the only thing I've got.
Puts his finger in the box.
If you go down there, the blankets are still mussed and stuff like everything was when everybody left. The food is still there. It's still the same as when everybody left. The closet, did you guys leave the closet closed or open once you took all of the various armors and clothes out of it? Or Emil, you
think-
were last, I think.
I was gonna. Yeah, I closed it before.
Okay.
I'm not leaving it,
There's
yeah.
you see there's a closet at one end and a little changing screen up against the wall and other things. And so
Cross is gonna take his sweet ass time and like grab some breakfast, like do the clothes thing. He's gonna look around, like, cause now that he knows, like, he's like, he hasn't really gotten to explore it yet. He kind of took a nap, so he's like, oh, they can wait. You know, they got to have fun down here. It's my turn to have, so you know, it's my box.
my box.
Is there any place that it looks like he could take a bath, or is there a shower, or is there anything of the sort?
As soon as you think about that, you notice that there is something that looks a little bit like a
Okay.
door at one end.
Stop making this thing that I really desire in real life.
Me too. That's why I make it.
I hate you. I hate you so much. Okay, so he's gonna go do that.
Okay, and you'll notice all of a sudden the room seems a little shorter as you go over, and you open that little door, and it seems like at one end of the room, a small bathing area has shown up, and it's just a beautifully carved marble, like a bathtub, but it's not huge, and there's no like running water or anything. It just has warm water already in it, and there's like some soap on one side and a perfumed oil on another side and a fluffy towel, razor.
He just kind of like first just looks around, just like he's just like, this is my box, and then it just like hops in the tub. Like,
Yeah.
like he's
You take
loving
off
this
your
item.
stinking terrible leathers and hop in the bathtub,
Mhm.
and oh my god, it feels so good. It feels so good. And the soap, it smells like lavender. It just smells really nice. And you guys are all going, he goes down, he doesn't come back up, and doesn't come back up, and doesn't come back up.
And so I go to the big thing of water that Penny made, that
Uh-huh.
we left there, because then we went into the box room and I start having like a PTA bath,
Yeah, a little. Okay.
pits, tits, and ass,
Yeah.
clean up.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
And,
Which is, and if you know what, even though the water is cold because it's
Uh-huh.
underground and stuff, it still feels really good.
And I look
You
at
know?
Penny and I go,
Okay. So Ramiel, the ladies are getting clean over there. Cross is MIA down in the box. Eyes is busy thumbing through the books that you guys collected from the other room. And he's like, oh, here, you know what? Hand me your sword.
All right. We go hand him the sword.
And he starts his ritual for identify. I mean, since we're all sitting here waiting on Cross, I might as well get started on some of these other things.
Okay.
And he sits there, and for 10 minutes pass. The ladies get nice and clean. Eyes is busy working on the ritual to identify on the sword. Ramio, you're just sitting there. What, this do smells good, but you're still kind of full from breakfast that you had downstairs. Cross, this feels so good. You don't care what they're doing up there. This just feels really good.
He's in heaven.
You know, and a little time passes, and finally you're clean, you relax, you're starting to get bored.
All right, so I just gets his clothes, gets everything on. You know, he's smelling good. He looks nice. He like trimmed up his beard, like everything. And then he emerges from the box.
Okay, did you go get your clothes cleaned?
Well, yeah.
At the closet. Okay, when you go to the closet, you start looking in all of the, behind the screen, there's a little dressing area, and then you open the closet and there's a robe. Oh, there's one in your favorite color. And it is so soft and it looks the right size. You put that on, you take your clothes off, you see there's a laundry basket there. You assume that's what they're talking about. You put your clothes in there, you close it, you open it, nice and cleaned. Your leather armor's nice and oiled, so it's going to last longer. It's nice. And you put it all back on. And when you emerge from the box, guys, when Cross emerges from the box, it's just moments after Eyes turns to Ramiel and says, okay, so here's what the sword does. It's a Holy Avenger. It's +3. That's really good. To both attack and damage, not just attack.
Nice.
When you hit a fiend or an undead with it, that creature takes an extra 2d10 radiant damage. While you hold the drawn sword, it creates an aura in a 10-foot radius around you. You and all creatures friendly to you in the aura have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. If you have a 17 or more levels in the Paladin class, the radius of the aura extends to 30 feet. Now, it does require attunement. You have to hold it for 24 hours, like literally physically be carrying it in your hand for 24 hours to get everything but the aura. Okay?
Okay.
Because you have to attune it to you, because it is holy.
Gotcha.
Oh, no, I'm wrong on that, he says. It's holy, which means you have to sit there and actually pray over it for,
Okay.
and then he's like, how much for 12 hours.
Oh.
So do nothing but pray over it for 12 hours, and then it's attuned to you, and nobody else can get the same effects that you can get out of it. And then right after he tells you that, as the 10 minutes has passed, Cross comes up, and he looks different than you guys. His hair is washed, his beard is trimmed, his skin is clean, as well as his armor, and he looks actually rather smug.
And then he picks up the box, closes it, puts it in his pack, and he's like, all right, let's go.
I want the box.
And
So fun.
Darkness, as he walks by, goes, "You clean up nice.
Oh, see, and Darkness telling him he cleaned up nice.
You clean up nice."
So really quick, Darkness, were you helping Penny with the whole bathing thing? Because she would be having a lot of trouble.
I said, yeah, come over here, and we cleaned up.
So you get to see exactly how bad the damage is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like I gently clean her, tried not to make a big deal of it. but
Yeah, not let her see that it's like, oh God, what
Yeah.
they do to this poor thing.
mhm.
And by the time you're done cleaning Penny, that bowl of water is dark brown. It's really bad. There was so much muck on her.
Mm.
And then Eyes, as soon as you come up, Cross Eyes is like, oh great, bring me the rest of the stuff that we want identified. If you guys don't mind waiting a little bit longer to go find Orkilia, I can finish this up. I can do some more rituals, but they do take a while.
I think we should get going.
I don't even know if it's magical. Might as well, I guess, might as well do it now. I take out the other box. I don't even know what's in it.
Okay. Okay.
And you open it.
You open it.
And then I open the box. Yeah.
Okay. You finally open it. It's locked. I mean, this is when you stole from the Mother Superior. No, you picked the lock to get in there to get it. You didn't ran out of time to actually look inside for what the box had inside of it, if I am recalling correctly, because you don't know what's inside of it, right?
No, because I never looked inside, but
right.
I thought okay. Do I need a roll to pick the lock then?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Let's say 12 plus the sleight of hand.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
10, so 22.
All right, you easily open it. Think it wasn't locked that hard. And inside, there is what looks like a holy symbol. It's very similar to what is tattooed on Darkness's breast, only it is in beautiful filigreed, like silver and platinum and gems. It's really ornate. It has a slight chain. It's for wearing around your neck.
I hand it to Eyes.
Mm-hmm. Eyes takes it and he's like, all right. Oh yeah, this is got some magic to it. Holy cow. Definitely not arcane though, it's definitely divine. So and he starts his spells again. And what do you guys do for 10 minutes while he's doing this?
Contemplate our next move.
Cross very flauntingly plays with his hair in front of the Ramiel. Like, oh, look how nice it is. Oh my God, don't you wish you were clean? Oh wait, you didn't think of that. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you guys wouldn't have known about the robes if Darkness hadn't thought of it.
This is very true. While they're doing their thing, he's gonna go and cast a couple cantrips to move the dirt and stone and stuff back out from in front of the door, and then also, door. Yeah, and then try to move the bookshelves by herself out from in front of the other door.
Are you using a spell for that or just trying to move it?
I'm just trying to move it.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
Her one hand.
Yep.
It's more like she's just trying to shoulder shove it.
Uh-huh. Okay, what was your strength check?
15.
No.
But she's trying. You
actually knock some of the broken pots off and it makes a great big noise. And Bidou Eyes is over like, shh, you're distracting me. But you do get the mud and rock and stuff that you piled up in front of the other door taken off.
Okay.
But mark off those cantrips. Okay. Anybody else besides Cross taunting Ramiel with his hair, his clean hair, during that 10 minutes, and Penny moving doors?
I was, if anything, I was keeping an eye on Eyes because like that was that thing that I stole, so I was like making sure he was very interested in it. But then he hears the crash and he's just like, ugh. So he gets up and he goes to like try to help Penny because he's like, why are you trying to do this by yourself?
Everybody's busy. She wants to.
I can't hear you, Darkness.
Sorry. I want to. I look around while you took the jar that had the ring in it. What the jar that has the hardened honey? Can you see through the honey? Is there?
Oh well, it's dark, but when you hold it up to the light, Yeah, you can see that it is a beautiful, clear honey. You can see little bits of honeycomb. It's clear that it's, it's fairly raw. It's definitely, it's more like amber glass but it is very hard, like a resin. And you can see there's nothing else in the jar but honey.
Okay. And then if I look around on the shelves, the pantry shelves, can I find anything else?
There's a lot of other things there. They're just broken. Those 3 ones were the only ones that were still intact and sealed. Everything else is broken. Now that doesn't mean it doesn't have something in it. So roll me a search check.
That's a 2.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
you don't really seem to find anything else.
Find anything else?
Yeah. Just, the last little bits of what had been at one point food, 700 years ago or 500 years ago, or whatever this was. You're thinking closer. Eyes keep saying 700, but you're not sure yourself. So once, and then after 10 minutes pass and you guys all see Darkness like searching through the shelving, Penny trying to move the thing. Cross goes to help Penny. Aramiel, what are you doing during the 10 minutes? Just sitting there watching George? Okay.
No, I'm gonna go up and help Cross and Penny.
Okay. You guys do get the other shelf moved away from the other door. So now both doorways are open again. As you look into the other room, you see that nothing's changed. There's been no sign that the statue will come back or anything like that. So then the holy symbol, Ice finally finishes it and he says, okay, this is a holy symbol that allows you to have just a second. Quiet. You don't need to be barking. That's just people upstairs. What the heck? She's like, I wanted to tell you guys all about it.
She got something on her mind.
Yeah, she does have a lot on her mind.
I want to know.
That's Little Ray is actually her name, and I'm babysitting her for right now. So if you do the divination spell, it looks like it has a number of charges of that recharge after every long rest. So you get 5 charges of divination. You get 3 charges of, and now I'm blanking on the spell that I chose for that. So give me one second.
You can cast like any divination spell or like.
No, there's a spell specifically called, anyway, I'll get it later. He says there's a number of divine spells that you can cast from this every day. So it actually expands your divine casting, but it only works for those whose magic comes from divine purposes. So he looks at Darkness and at Aramiel and says, so you guys, only people's magic comes from divine realms.
I've been sort of looking around and I didn't realize, I didn't even see the box before.
Right, because he's been hiding it.
Yeah. And now
so he's got a holy symbol of your god.
Yeah. Now that he's describing it, I come over and I look at the box and I recognize the box too, because I've been in
that camp. Yeah. And you realize that this was her.
Where did you get this?
Oh, where? No.
I missed it.
So remember when you were looking for wagons? Well, somebody was being kind of a dick, so I took this. And you can have it. I can't use it.
That is my holy symbol.
Actually, I mean, it's not yours. I mean, it could be now, but it doesn't do it.
It is my holy symbol, and I show it. On
As she bears her breast.
She's like,
I love this god.
Thank you. And I take the holy symbol.
Okay,
Yeah.
and now
For
you
the record,
have,
Orkelia told me to do it.
She's not here to defend himself. don't
and
worry.
as soon as you say that, actually, the lights go out.
Oh,
When I say it is my holy symbol.
No, it's like Orkelia told me to do it, and just
Just
time,
like, for the record, Orkelia
Universal-
told me to do it.
universal timing says that the lights turn off again, like they were when you first came in the dungeon.
mm.
And you remember that Orkelia turned them all back on with her flute. Now, what that means, you don't know.
I'm gonna
Orkelia, can you hear us?
There's no sound. There's no response.
It's like perfect timing to be like, and that's where this episode ends.
And it is too. We got 1 minute. One
Right.
minute.
I'm gonna wield my holy Avenger so we can all see.
Mhm.
That's all I
Okay, and we get 10 feet of light around Aramiel, and you can see clearly there. And that is where we leave it, as the lights go off and everybody is plunged into darkness, but the one man holding his sword who then glows out and
Like, who's plunging themselves into darkness and like, because that seems inappropriate.
yeah, plunging into darkness. Sorry.
got.
But she'd probably like it, considering the goddess that she
give her
worships.
permission.
I
Yes.
think this crew is the only one that hasn't done it. So
That's hilarious.
No.
The lights go out and it just turns into an orgy.
Yes, and for those who don't know, the goddess that darkness worships is the goddess of earthly pleasure, which includes sex, drink, food, music, anything that makes you feel good.
Very nice.
The idea is that
Love.
it's okay to feel good.
love from your family,
Yeah,
love from
other things.
other things,
Makes you happy.
Yeah,
plunging into darkness.
Don't worry.
yeah.
Be happy.
Which makes a lot of people happy.
All right, and this is where we end this one today. We didn't get very far in, but we got some magical things.
Hey, we had
Identified
fun. We
and-
washed some dishes. I feel accomplished today.
Yeah, you did. You got some
Washed
very clean
way too many
dishes.
dishes.
Except Aramiel. Aramiel washed no dishes.
We washed
Washed
all the dishes,
none.
and then Aramio broke them all.
Broke them all.
They did.
And is
I
this
tried
is
to
this like the
save
shape
you.
of things to come, Aramiel, for your domestic life?
Let's hope not.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys, we will see you all next week on Tuesday, same bat time, same bat channel. And at that point, you might get a little bit of an update on what's happening with Orkelia, because something's happening with her. Mhm. Dun, dun, dun. All right.
Dun,
Bye.
dun, dun.
Bye.
ya.
You can turn it off.
Bye.
Oh, that's weird.
Bye.
Bye.